Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Camilla and today I thought I'd do this introductory video just to put a face to the name of my channel. So if you don't know me, I'm 23 and from Australia and I love to hand letter. I've made this channel to do some tutorials and brush pen reviews, so if you think that's something that might interest you, feel free to subscribe or comment down below if hand lettering is something that you like to do or that you'd like to begin doing. So today we're going to be doing a review of the Studio Series brush pens that my friend got me for Christmas. So yeah, enjoy the video. Alright, so here's the packet that it comes in. Comes in a square box. So it's important to note at the start that these are alcohol ink brush markers, not water-based. So they won't smudge using water if you're using it to blend or if you want it to wash off as well, wash off clothes or anything. So as you can see here, they're dual tip markers. One side's a brush and one side's fine. It says they're blendable, vivid, alcohol, dye-based and archival. I'm not actually too sure what archival means. I probably need to look that up. If anyone else knows what that means, comment down below. These are the colours that it comes in. So there's 24 in a pack. Alright, let's open it up. Alright, so I'm just going to pick a random colour out. Okay, so it's got the brush tip on one side and the fine tip on the other. So the brush tip looks like this. It's not too big. And the fine tip looks like that. There we go, the fine tip looks like this. And what I'll do is I'll compare the brush tip to like a Tombow marker, just so you can see the size. That there is a Tombow brush marker, and this is the Studio Series marker on the left. So pretty similar size. So now what I thought we'd do is I'm just going to test out all the colours on some watercolour paper so you can see what they all look like. Okay, so it comes with a colourless blender, as you can see there. If it will focus. There we go. So that's the blender apparently. So we'll leave that to the side. Okay. Now there's the cool grey. I noticed that when I wrote it did bleed a little bit outwards. I'm just going to have a look at the back of the paper to see if it went through. This is actually really thick watercolour paper, so if it went through, yes, it went through the back. This is the back of the paper. So already I can say that if you're using these markers, make sure you're using really thick watercolor paper, because if you use it with any thinner, you're going to get bleed through onto the back. There we go. So that's the back there, and that's the front. So far they're actually writing pretty well. Go, just that tiny bit of bleed on the paper. Oh no, I wrote with the wrong side. Well, that's how fine the tip is. It's very fine. Alright, let's write with a proper end. There we go. On the box here it says that they're blendable, so we're going to go and try out the blending feature on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get two markers of similar colours and we're going to see how well they blend together. So I'm going to use Prussian blue and sky blue as well. And I'm just going to do 2 strokes. One there, one there. So that's the colourless blender right there. Alright, let's see how this goes. Okay. Well, it definitely blends them. However, if you can see here, there's a lot of bleeding out as well. Maybe if I'm a little bit more delicate with it. Let's try with another 2 colors and see how that goes. So maybe over here, we'll just try with a pink and a red. Nope, wrong side. Let's say we're doing a letter, so maybe let's do an A. Yeah, I guess the blending isn't too bad. It turns a little bit white instead of blending the 2 colors. I must say you have to press extremely lightly in these sections here because so much ink comes out. Here is fraying a little bit already, which I'm not sure why. I didn't actually push that hard, so we'll have to see if the rest of them do that as well. And looks like you can't actually push that hard with it because when I just wrote with that, the tip went in a little bit, so don't push too hard with them. My mistake. It is much more difficult to write with these brushes than a water-based brush, so if you're just learning brush lettering, I definitely would not recommend these. But the thing I definitely would recommend these for is for artists who want like a vivid kind of look to their artwork, because these colors are really amazing. In terms of brush lettering, it does make it a little bit hard, but that's just my opinion. It may work for you better. I just think there's more control of how your letters look when it doesn't bleed out as much, and you can vary how hard you push it. A little bit easier when you use a watercolor based brush. However, these are just really awesome colors. I love the colors. You can also use the fine tip for lettering as well. They are actually much easier to control with the fine tip, and it doesn't bleed out. So, whoop, I just knocked the camera. Yeah, I quite like the fine tip a little bit more. They're definitely really handy. So after testing these out, I have to say I will definitely be using the fine tip to do some lettering pieces. Possibly the brush tip. I think I'd probably prefer the water-based markers still. I still really like these, really pretty colors. And I recommend them to artists doing pieces that don't require a lot of fine detail, just because the fine detail is hard to achieve because of the alcohol-based dye. So that was a review of the Studio Series Dual Tip Artist Markers. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to see more reviews, please comment, like or subscribe, and I will see you next time.